Okay, Chef Robbie, what are we doing today?
Today we're gonna do a protein pancake. I love chocolate banana, so that's the flavor we're gonna use. So we're gonna start, it's a pretty simple recipe, it's not a ton of ingredients. So you're gonna mash this banana up.
Okay.
This is kind of along the lines of a paleo pancake, but once we add the protein powder in it, I guess it's no longer paleo, but still very much high in protein, very delicious. And if you're one of those people that does your pancakes dry, it's gonna be delicious without any syrup or anything, right. Or we're gonna give some optional garnishes as well. We're gonna go ahead and turn our flame on medium low. With pancakes, if you find your pancakes are getting brown, like really brown around the edges, but like not cooked all the way through, the chances are that your pan is just a little bit too hot.
Is it true even with the protein pancake, the bubbles are going to indicate flip time?
The protein pancakes, yes and no. It's a little bit different, but you're still going to have some bubblage. So that's a technical term. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and crack one whole egg into this. All right.
It's a nice one.
And you'll notice, if we can show it to the camera a little bit here, super loose right now. So you're gonna use your protein powder to adjust the consistency. We're gonna go in with a little bit of almond butter.
A little lumpy too, you gotta keep working out that banana.
Sure do. Can you give me a little scrape with the fork?
I'll be honest, if I was home alone, I would have done my hands for that banana. I would have just really crushed it.
So you're gonna have to crush that almond butter in there as well. Depending on which brand you buy, some almond butters are a little bit more solid at room temperature, some of them are a little bit more liquid. Generally speaking though, the ones that are more solid are a better, cleaner product for you because they have less stuff in them to make them liquid. So we're gonna go in with a little tiny bit of vanilla extract. I like to put a little vanilla into pretty much anything I make that is on the sweeter side with chocolate, because I think that smoothness that vanilla adds to a chocolate flavor is really great. We're gonna add a tiny pinch of baking powder.
I love that almond butter's all throughout it. You can see it. I don't know if the camera can
it's almost
pick
like
that up.
spirals.
Yeah.
So a little bit of baking powder, and what that's gonna do is when we cook these, even though there's not like a flour product, so to speak, it's gonna still let this rise a little bit.
Okay.
We're gonna do a little pinch of salt.
Always salt when you're sweet.
And then let's show the camera again real quick, the consistency there. So very much like a loose pancake kind of consistency. We're gonna take our chocolate banana here. We're gonna start with a little bit. So we'll have a recipe in the captions for you guys, but the one thing when you're making something like this is you wanna add a little bit, because you can always add a little bit more, but you can never take it out. And sometimes not all eggs are created equal. Sometimes one's a little bit bigger than the other. So we're just gonna add this in there.
I love it.
So that looks great. It's starting to look chocolatey and delicious. Also, this is gonna get a little bit darker as we cook it too. So if you're like, I'm making chocolate pancakes that don't look super chocolatey, it is gonna start to activate a little bit more as we cook it. We're gonna go into our pan here that's on medium low with a little bit of pan coating. You wanna try and buy as clean label product as you want. And if you're using a non-stick pan, you don't need to use a lot of this. All right, so we're gonna go in, I think we're gonna go like silver dollar on the pancakes. Actually, you could do this part.
I would rather have a few little ones than one big one. That's just me. It makes you kind of feel like you're eating more and indulging a bit more.
Yep, right on top of each other. They're gonna naturally spread. So this is one thing too, when people are making pancakes at home, you wanna pour and just directly into one spot. You don't wanna spread it out, because it's gonna naturally spread, and that's gonna give you a beautiful, naturally round pancake. So you'll see that if you try to spread it, sometimes you end up with a little bit more of an amoeba versus a pancake that's round. So we're gonna go ahead, and I can tell that we're cooking a little bit slow, so we're gonna lift our temperature a little bit. Gonna take this
You can see them puffing up already with that baking powder in there.
And they're also, the longer that they sit here, the darker they're getting as well. So you can see we're starting to get a little bubblage. So we're just gonna take our lifter and test the edges. You see?
Look at that. That is so nice. And kids would love this too. This would be so great. And you could make these ahead of time even and keep them in your fridge.
Sure can.
Heat them up in the morning. You can meal prep with this.
So unlike traditional pancakes, where you would see bubbles all the way around the entire thing here, we're gonna basically wait for the edges to cook just a little bit before we flip.
Robbie, that's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I touched the other pancake though. So hope I didn't mess that one up.
These are so nice. These are the best protein pancakes I've seen. Mine are always a lot more blonde. I think I don't do the baking powder, and I think that almond butter is really helping crisp too.
The almond, so a lot of recipes will call for almond flour. I like this. It makes a wetter pancake, but I feel like the end result comes out looking more like a traditional pancake.
Well, I like a little crust on the top of a pancake too, so these are perfect.
So and I'm just moving them around. I touch them a little bit. So if you're one of those people that you're always worried about whether the pancakes are done or not, and you like flip them over and you open it up on the bottom to take a look and see if it's gooey, if you just give them a tap, and if it bounces back at you on the tap, it's done.
And they're going to continue to cook just a little bit when they're still stacked on the plate as well.
We're going to put the weirder looking pancakes on the bottom. You got enough room for one more?
I believe we can do it. I'd love to have 5.
Chefs like odd numbers.
I shouldn't have put that in the center. Listen.
I wasn't going to say anything.
You didn't have to. Oh my gosh.
Do
I'm
less.
panicking.
Do less.
Okay, I'm done. Switch places.
Yeah, so we're going to give this one a little slide over. Not quite ready yet.
I don't want to look at that, yeah.
We're going to try and we're just going to let that one live its life. When you put the first one directly in the center, I was like, do I say something? Do I not say something?
I got to learn, Robbie. That's why we're here. We got to learn.
Sometimes you learn trial by fire, trial by pancake. As far as the pancakes and your garnishes are concerned, chef likes some grass-fed butter, but we have some sugar-free syrup here to eat with ours today. You can do fresh sliced bananas. You could do nothing. These are perfectly delicious and sweet on their own, so you really don't need to add a whole lot to them.
Right.
Really, the world is your pancake. You want to plate up your masterpiece?
Yeah, let's hide him. He didn't happen.
There we go. Got our little stack of pancakes there.
Those are very nice.
They're very nice. They're fluffy. I mean, you can tell. You pick them up. They're nice and fluffy. They're not like rubbery. So we're going to go ahead and give it a garnish the way that we're wanting to eat it today. So we're going to do some fresh slices of banana. Some beautiful banana slices there. There's some sugar-free chocolate chips here. And then a little bit of sugar-free syrup.
Measure with your heart on this one, but...
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. All right, so we did all that work, made this beautiful looking pancake, so let's give them a try.
Let's go. The banana flavor is so strong through the pancake, but you get the almond too. Wow.
And I love the texture on these just because sometimes when you do the paleo pancake or the protein pancake, they feel a little bit more like scrambled eggs than they do pancake, but these really do come across.
You're right. Yeah.
So if you want to see more fails and wins, like, subscribe, comment.
And ring that bell for post notifications so you can be notified on the next fail-proof episode.
See you then.